The year's 2017 and Thameslink are introducing their new state-of-the-art Class 700 fleet. There were a lot of new features and changes, some for the better, some for the much worse. These trains were set to go on journeys of more than 3 hours, connecting places like Brighton, London and Cambridge, just to mention a few. Considering this, there was a high expectation for these new trains, one that ended up causing widespread drama and chaos. You've been watching GlobeSync, and this is the Thameslink Controversy. On the surface, these seem like decent units, providing an 80% capacity boost in the core, and lots of new technology including an automated stopping system and much more. But we have to dive deeper to find out why there is so much hate for the Class 700 and if it's deserved. But looking at pictures won't do much, so I travelled to London on the other side of the country to experience it myself. The biggest issue with Thameslink is actually in the name, Thames. Because as this train line goes through London, stopping frequently in between, Siemens, the manufacturer of these trains, had to design it to be optimised for passengers to get in and out quickly. This creates a conundrum where passengers travelling long distances will be very uncomfortable. To see how we got here, let's take a look at the seat transition on Britain's railways. It's 1830 and the Liverpool and Manchester Railway just opened, the first intercity rail line in Britain. It reduced the time between the two cities to 2 hours. But passengers were hardly getting a premium experience compared to what came next. 1923 and the Big Four have arrived. Almost all rail operators across the country were grouped into these four operators, which were LNER, GWR, London Midland and Scottish Railways, and Southern Railway. You may recognise some names here, but they are different companies to the modern equivalents. Though by now, seats have drastically improved and train travel was a luxury. But massive changes came in 1948 with the nationalisation of Britain's rail network. So in the last 25 years we've had Pendolinos, Voyagers and A2Xs for the main intercity operations and lots more for regional. While people were becoming accustomed to the new state of travel, it was Thameslink who introduced everyone to how far companies were willing to go to save costs. This acted as a stepping point for other train companies to introduce trains with just as bad seats and even put them on intercity operations, which is wild. And the press clearly weren't happy about it. Since then, the network has been renationalised, which has sparked hope for regular train users and enthusiasts. Before I review the seats, please consider subscribing so I can get onto the YouTube monetization program and cover the legal fees when Thameslink sue me. Now that we got here, let's have a look at the dreaded seats. Firstly, any ergonomicness, is that even a word, is non-existent, and same to be said about the padding. While the legroom was fine for me, adults and tall people will struggle here for sure. The window alignment was awful, and there is no tray table as well as no chargers. Overall, a very disappointing experience and unacceptable for several hour-long journeys. But now, let's move on to first class, which, from my research, I believe is declassified, meaning you don't need a first class ticket to sit there. But I'll be reviewing it like you do. Wait, 2x2 seating? Excuse me, Thameslink? Most first class areas on trains in Britain are 1x2 seating, providing more space to relax and less people overall, making a more premium experience. The seats are barely better and it seems to have only slightly more padding. The ergonomic design didn't feel great, and if you removed the branding, I would have thought this was a bad regional standard class. There are also armrests, chargers and table seats which all should be in standard class, but at least this is declassified. That's all from me for today. Thanks for watching and please consider liking and subscribing. Sorry for the wait, this video took a bit longer than planned and recently I've been doing a lot more researching and writing out a script for my videos which has taken a lot of time.